Hey guys, so for today's video, I figured we could do a little Throwback Thursday and I wanted to use the Anastasia Rose Metals palette. So as you guys know, she just came out with her Fall Romance palette and I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I was like, you know what palette I am a big fan of? Rose Metals. So I thought it'd be fun to do a little Throwback Thursday today and use this palette. I do have, I want to say 2 or 3 other videos with this palette on my channel if you want some other inspiration, but today I tried to do more of a neutral, kind of toned down everyday look and I just love how this turned out. So if you want to see how I got this eye look, go and keep on watching. So I went ahead and primed my eyes with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer. I'm actually running really low on this. I'm totally scraping the edges right now. I'm going to start with the Sigma E25 in the shade Ashes, and I'm going to run this shade throughout my entire crease. See, this is the Anastasia matte formula that I know and love. It is so easy to work with, so easy to blend. And once most of the product is off my brush, I'm going to blend a little bit higher towards my brow. Like, this shade is just blending itself out. It is so pretty. See, normally I would use some kind of skin tone colored eyeshadow to help soften these edges, but this shade is just blending out perfectly on its own. So now I have that shade kind of blended throughout my entire crease, and I'm going to pick up a little bit more just on the very tip of the brush. And I want to deepen my crease a little bit more, so I'm going to keep this shade a little bit lower in my crease. I'm going to pick up Rose Quartz on my finger. I don't even think I've used this shade from the palette yet, but I'm going to put this all over my lid. And this kind of looks more like a satin formula. It's not super shimmery, but it's not matte either. I feel like these two shades together would make a really nice kind of everyday look. I'm actually really liking how this shade looks. It looks a little bit taupey, has a hint of pink in it. It looks really nice all over the lid, and I feel like more mature eyes would really like this kind of formula because it's not super shimmery. I'm just gonna go back to my blending brush and do a soft blend in the crease. I'm going to pick up a little bit of Heavenly on my finger, and I'm just going to pop that right in the center to kind of brighten up this look. You could totally skip this step if you wanted to keep this look a little bit soft. Like I said, Rose Quartz and Ashes are a perfect like everyday eye combo. But I always like my eyeshadow to pop just a little bit, so that's why I'm adding Heavenly. I love this. I went ahead and did my face makeup off camera, and now let's do the lower lash line. Another shade that I don't think I've used a lot is Element, so I'm going to take that on a Sigma E21. I'm going to run that across my lower lash line. I love the look of a shimmery shadow under the eyes. I think it's so pretty. It just adds like a little bit more excitement than a matte eyeshadow. And I'm just loving this kind of rosy, coppery shade. It's really pretty. Now I'm just going to take a clean blending brush. This is a Sigma E27. It's nice and small, and I'm going to use that to blend out this shade. I am going to pick up a little bit of Ashes on the tip of this brush and just use that to blend out the lower lash line even more. On that same E21, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Noble. I'm going to stamp that along the outer part of my top lash line, just to add a little bit of depth to the eye. Now I'm going to take the highlighter I used on my face, which is Rare Beauty Enlighten, and I'm going to pop that in my inner corner and a little bit under my brow. I went ahead and finished up the eyes and popped on some mascara and lashes, and for my lashes I'm wearing the Bright Lashes Half Lash in Flutter. The Bright Lashes is my eyelash brand and I love these lashes. They're definitely my most used and they are my best seller as well. They're just so beautiful on the outer part of the eye. Alright, here is what the full face looks like, and I have a couple products I want to talk about really quick. So for the past 2 weeks I took a little break from self-tanning just to give my skin a break, just want to keep it just nice and exfoliated and hydrated, and I've been using the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum as my foundation. I did this in a video, I want to say a couple months ago, where I did a full face of makeup I might declutter. I saw a couple other people, I think like Julia Adams, use this as a foundation. I'm like, I'm gonna try that because I didn't love it under the eyes. I have used this now as my foundation probably 5 or 6 times and it is just so freaking beautiful. Like, this is kind of my new go-to for my pale foundation. It's so good. It has a beautiful medium to full coverage and it's nice and hydrating looking on my skin, because sometimes when I feel like I'm pale and have no self-tan on, my skin will just look extra dry and just any foundation will kind of pick up on those little dry spots, but I do not have that issue with this at all. And then for my lip today, I wanted to play with something a little bit deeper than usual, so I am wearing the new Sigma lip cream in the shade Dapper. I swatched all these new lip creams in a recent video where I used the Blueberry Parfait palette, and in that video, I didn't really like how the lip creams looked on me, but I think it's because I had such like a kind of bluish gray toned eye on. But now that I have more of a neutral eye look on today, I love how this deep shade looks all together. I like how it looks with my hair, my new little haircut. Like, this is so fun. And I can totally see myself wearing this lip color a lot in the fall. Overall, I'm super happy with how this look turned out. I love this more kind of neutral eye because looking at this palette, you wouldn't really think you can get a soft, like wearable everyday eye with this palette, because like my eye immediately goes to like this shade and this shade right here. But if you do use the more softer tones like these guys right there, it does give you a beautiful look and I love it. I had so much fun filming this kind of throwback Thursday for you guys today. This is something I do a lot in December when I do my 12 days of tutorials. I'm still kind of working on my videos on what I want to do for December because I usually try to do a lot of videos for you guys, but I usually tend to use more older palettes, so this is kind of like a little sneak peek of what's to come. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.